What if you need to create a poll and show that in ProPresenter? Is there a way to do it? Yeah, actually there is, and it's kind of easy. Stick around and I'll show you how. Presented by Church Tech U, it's the ProPresenter show. On today's show, how to create a poll in ProPresenter. Hi, and welcome again to the ProPresenter show. This is the show where I teach all about ProPresenter. My name's Paul Allen Clifford. And before we get started, if you've ever had your pastor go, hey, I want to show a poll during church, or hey, what if we had live voting on this thing, or whatever, go ahead, tell me about it in the comments below. Once you're done, like, subscribe, etc. So, this is another one of those questions that popped up in the official ProPresenter users community. And at first I was thinking, well, it depends on how. So I tried it, and it turns out it's really, really simple. So let's head over to the computer and I'll show you how to do it. It does require an external website, but once you've got that dialed in, it should just work. So here we are in ProPresenter, and the first thing that you're going to need is you're going to need a presentation with a slide in it. So this could be in the middle of a sermon, it could be by itself, whatever, but you're going to need that slide. So I'm just going to click here on the little plus button next to the word library and go new presentation. Now remember, a presentation in ProPresenter is a group of slides. Now it could just be one slide, which is all I'm going to show here, but that's what it is. So let's go to, let's call this poll, and the theme doesn't matter. You want the resolution to be the size of your largest screen that you're going to be displaying it on. Put it in whatever library you're going to put it in. Let me choose the sermon, and I'm going to put it into this week's playlist. So we're just going to do that. Pretty straightforward. Now, if we right click and go to edit slide, we don't need this text necessarily. So I'm just going to select it, and notice there's no blinking cursor or anything. Just going to hit the delete button on my Mac keyboard that is right here where the backspace button should be. I love my Mac, but that's a mistake. On you Windows people, you just hit the backspace button. Does the exact same thing. Now what we're going to add is we're going to add a web object. So right here we've got this, and normally I tell people that this is kind of like an easy way to take screenshots of a web page, but in this case it does update automatically. You just can't interact with it. So no problem, we're just going to click up here. I could also, by the way, type 00 to have it start in the upper left hand corner, and then type in 1920 by 1080 here in the size area. But most of you are just going to click and drag it up there, and then click and drag so that it fills the screen. So there we go. That's good. Now we will need to put the URL in there. That's important. So just realize this isn't quite filling. Okay, so we will put the URL in there. What URL will we put in there? Well, we will go to directpoll.com. And so I'm going to click on create your poll now. Now you might need a paid for account if you're going to do more than the one poll, but I'm just going to do this. Notice I can hide the answers while they're polling. Might mark the correct answers if we're doing like a quiz or something, or show results in percentages. Might want to do that. So here's my question. Do you like that you can do a poll in ProPresenter? I have a keyboard shortcut because I type ProPresenter a lot. Yes, love it. No, we'll never use it. Or what? you can do that. So there we go. That's good. Now I can click Save Terms and Conditions. I can type in my email here, save poll, and send me the links. Now, notice that I have the ability to change how this looks. This has a transparent background, so I could put that over a background piece of media just like normal. So let's actually do that. So we're going to click there, set that, and save poll and send me the links. Okay, now once I've got that, I'm going to click start to start the poll, and those are just the buttons there. So now I can click start here, and now it's ready to go. So I just need to have the results URL right here. So I might want to have the vote URL first. So let's do that. I said only one slide, but apparently it's been a minute since I did this. So, okay, put it in there. And now while it's blinking, it's not going to do it. So you need to hit enter or click outside of it for it to show. And notice, oh, here we go. And let's right click and duplicate that. And then here for this one, we're going to click in here and change this to this other URL right here, the results URL. So let's paste that in there, hit enter, and here we go. And now let's go back into show mode. And now if I click on that, is showing here. Let's get one of my backgrounds here. So, okay, so apparently that's not there. Let's see here. So that's what it looks like. Okay. So you will need to have people go to the appropriate website there. And then notice now we've got the results page. So let me go here, advanced links. So I'm surprised that the first one didn't show a QR code, but maybe you'll need to go ahead and okay. Save poll. Notice it only lasts for 30 days. You can also use this QR code. Okay, so let me do that. Pull up my phone right here and go to my camera. Of course, you'll have to have a big enough display for this to work, to show that to your congregation or whoever you're showing it to. So just a second here. Okay. Make sure you're on camera mode, not video, and then you can go there. And I'm going to go ahead and type, yes, I love it. Okay. And now, if we go back in here, notice 100% of the people say, yes, I love it. That's because I'm the only one that voted. But you can see there that we've got that. Now, I could maybe add a translucent background or what have you to make it look a little bit better. Whatever. But just using direct poll in combination with ProPresenter means now you could have polling, or you could have quizzes. This might be something helpful for the youth. You could have like teams vote on answers to questions, stuff like that. And then, like I said before, you could have the right and wrong question and just go through it like that. So that's a helpful thing to have. Um, Going back to this slide, notice it's just showing you what it's going to look like. Um, as I say, not all that helpful. Probably a better thing for me to have done, if I right click and edit slide here, is to copy this and delete this, and instead just put that in a text box and tell people to go to that for their polls. I like to add a little stroke on that just to separate it out. And, you know, I'd probably make that bigger, probably put up the QR code, etc. And then subsequent times, it would be showing right there. See? And then when we go to the next slide, then it will put up the results. So that's how you could do it. I mean, clearly one vote, one participant, me, and that's how that happened. So that is how you can use polling within ProPresenter. I bet that would work in 7.0 and newer, actually. Not that I hope not a lot of you are still on a version that's that old. You should probably be into the 7.teens or just teens. If you like this content, you'd probably like my ProPresenter Quick Start course. So head on over to TDM.fyi/pro-quick. Give me your name and email address, and I'll make a login for you for free. Till next time, this is Paul Allen Clifford from TrinityDigitalMedia.com and ChurchTechU.com, reminding you to go out and change eternity.